Breaking Mzansi Insider reports. Patriotic Alliance, PA, leader Gayton McKenzie has come out strongly to reject allegations that he threatened ActionSA Member of Parliament Dereleen James, describing the claims as false and politically motivated. McKenzie addressed party members following a growing public and political backlash stemming from comments he made during a Facebook Live session. In his address, he maintained that his statements had been taken out of context, insisting that at no point did he issue any threat toward James. The controversy began after James raised concerns about McKenzie during parliamentary proceedings, reportedly questioning his conduct and alleged associations. In response, McKenzie referenced his 24-hour security detail during a live stream, remarks that ActionSA interpreted as an act of intimidation directed at their MP. However, McKenzie has dismissed this interpretation, arguing that he was merely stating a fact about his personal security and not attempting to intimidate anyone. He further emphasized that he does not threaten women, pushing back against the narrative that has since gained traction in the media and political circles. In a counter-move, McKenzie has filed a complaint with Parliament's Ethics Committee against Dereleen James, accusing her of misrepresenting facts and damaging his reputation. He framed the situation as an attempt to undermine him politically and distract from key national issues. Meanwhile, ActionSA has taken a firm stance, with the party confirming that a criminal case of intimidation has been opened against McKenzie. Party leaders have expressed concern over James' safety and have called for appropriate protection measures. The dispute has now evolved into a broader political and legal confrontation, highlighting rising tensions between the Patriotic Alliance and ActionSA. As both sides stand their ground, the outcome will likely depend on the findings of law enforcement and parliamentary processes. The dispute between Gayton McKenzie and ActionSA MP Dereleen James has quickly intensified, drawing wider political attention and raising concerns about conduct among public representatives. Following McKenzie's denial, ActionSA has doubled down on its position, insisting that his remarks were not only inappropriate but constituted intimidation. The party argues that leaders must be held accountable for their words, especially in a climate where political tensions can easily spill over into real-world consequences. ActionSA leader Herman Mashaba has been vocal in condemning McKenzie's statements, warning that such rhetoric undermines democratic institutions and creates an unsafe environment for public officials, particularly women in politics. The party has reiterated its commitment to pursuing the matter through legal channels, signaling that it will not be backing down. On the other hand, McKenzie has used his platform to rally Patriotic Alliance supporters, portraying himself as the target of a coordinated political attack. He argues that the allegations are designed to damage his credibility and weaken the growing influence of the PA. This incident has also sparked broader debate about the tone of political discourse in South Africa. Analysts and observers note that confrontations between political figures are becoming increasingly personal, shifting focus away from policy and governance. At the same time, questions are being raised about the role of social media, particularly livestream platforms, where statements made in the heat of the moment can quickly escalate into national controversies. As investigations proceed, both the legal system and Parliament's ethics structures will play a critical role in determining whether McKenzie's comments cross the line, or whether the situation has been politically amplified. As the standoff between Gayton McKenzie and Dereleen James continues, attention now shifts to the legal and parliamentary processes that will ultimately determine the outcome of the dispute. Law enforcement authorities are expected to assess the intimidation case opened by James, which will involve reviewing video evidence, public statements, and the broader context in which McKenzie's remarks were made. The key question will be whether his comments can legally be defined as a threat or intimidation, or if they fall within the bounds of political expression. At the same time, Parliament's Ethics Committee will evaluate the complaint lodged by McKenzie against James. This process could examine whether James acted appropriately in her public statements and whether any parliamentary rules were breached. The outcome on this front could have serious reputational implications for both individuals. Political analysts suggest that beyond the legalities, the situation may carry long-term consequences for both parties. For McKenzie, the controversy could either strengthen his support base, if supporters view him as being unfairly targeted, or damage his image among undecided voters. For ActionSA, the case presents an opportunity to position itself as a party that defends accountability and ethical leadership, but it also risks being seen as politicizing the issue. The incident has also reignited discussions about leadership responsibility, particularly how public figures communicate in an era where every statement can be instantly amplified and scrutinized. Ultimately, the resolution of this matter will not only impact those directly involved but could also set a precedent for how political disputes and alleged intimidation cases are handled in South Africa going forward. For now, the country watches closely as both sides prepare for what could become a defining political and legal battle.